Hey guys, Dean here. Today we're going to be going through the top 8 best investments to make in your 20s. These are the best purchases to make a lot of money if you do them the right way, and how you can actually grow your wealth in the next 10 years or so. So these are going to be 8 different methods that you can use right now to grow your wealth. Even though this is the best purchases to make in your 20s, you can do these at any time in your life, although these are great strategies to save money and earn money early in your life. These are some of the methods which I've learned from research online that I'm currently trying to employ, some that I've already used and some that I'm currently using that's helped me save a lot of money and slowly start to make some too. So the first one, which is the best investment, is to invest generally in yourself. So what do I mean by invest in yourself? Well, when you first hear this, you may think this isn't going to exactly earn you any money. Well, you're not really thinking in the short term here that you're going to earn a ton of money. Investing in yourself is basically investing in something that you're interested in. So for an example, I have a YouTube channel which I'm recording on right now, but I also have a main channel which is the main business that I'm running. So for an example, if you want to do YouTube, investing in that passion would be something like buying a camera, buying all the video equipment that you need, buying a good microphone like this one that I'm recording on, and basically investing in the equipment that's going to get you there much quicker. If you have some kind of other passion, maybe you like photography and you want to start a photography business, investing in a good camera is also a great place to start too. I have a fairly decent camera, although I am recording on my phone right now, but if you want to do a photography business, you might want to invest in a really expensive DSLR camera. It's going to be a big investment at the start, but later you're going to make a lot more money of a return based on what you actually originally spent on the gear. So for an example, if I buy a computer for a few £1,000s, I expect to make more money back from that from video content that I'll produce with a computer for YouTube, for an example. Or if I buy an expensive camera for a photography business and then I get jobs from people wanting me to do wedding photography, I expect in a few years time I will make back what I spent on that gear and then some more, and then you can even grow it into a business. So investing in yourself is basically buying the gear and utensils that you require to turn a passion into a business. If you like something else creative like art, that could be buying something like a drawing tablet to do art on the computer digitally, and then you could start that as a business by selling art services on Fiverr or something like that. So it's basically just investing in equipment for your main hobby or passion that will get you more money return later if you choose to turn it into a business. Number 2 is investing in stocks, index funds and ETFs. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into the strategy behind this because I have an entire video on this which you should click on, which will probably pop up on the right hand side or as a link in the description below, and it basically talks about generally what are stocks, what are index funds and ETFs, and how you can get started in stocks in general and start investing. So I have an entire video on that. Let me just break it down for an example. If you want to invest in a basic index fund like the S&P 500 and you just invest $100 a month, when you retire you could literally have $1 million in that account. It's a really good investment and it's not really a get rich quick scheme because the returns are extremely slow and you're going to get money earned from this process through compounding over time. So if you're very young in your 20s, this is a perfect thing to start, but it wouldn't really be a main source of money. This would be something that you do in the background with money that you're willing to lose each month for basically a reward later in life. Another concept would be if you invested $200 into the S&P 500 in an ISA account or a Roth IRA in America for 45 years and you keep investing $200, you would eventually have $2 million in the account. So it's a really good long-term investment that is very good supplementary income. But of course you have to wait a long time and invest over many years to actually get this rate of return. Obviously the more you invest each month, the sooner you'll get this amount of money, but this is a great place to start for people who don't really have much expendable income. If you want to learn more about stocks and how to get started and what they are, do click the link in the description down below. I have a full guide video talking about it in depth. The next one is very similar, and that's buy cryptocurrency. So with this, I also have an entire video on crypto, so you can check that in the link in the description down below too. And basically buying crypto is a slightly more risky process than buying stocks. The reason for this is because crypto is more so of a high risk, high rate of reward type deal. So that means that I definitely recommend only investing into crypto what you can afford to lose, because you can potentially see big losses, but potentially you can also see huge rates of return also. You've probably heard crazy stories about people getting rich off investing in some random coin that went to the moon and exploded and basically garnered them a huge amount of profit. Well, that doesn't really tend to happen, although I do know that a lot of people do get rich off crypto, and some of that can be down to luck and some of it can be down to wise investments. Now, for most people, they could just get started investing in something like Bitcoin or Ethereum and just buying a tiny amount each month, and then over the course of the years, as the price for each coin climbs, they're obviously going to make a pretty healthy return. There's not really any solid path on how to get into crypto and become a millionaire. It's usually down to luck, but if you want to get into crypto investing and learn more about it, do check out my video linked down below, as I do explain everything in depth, and it's a pretty good investment to invest a few $100s a month into as just another source of investment to add to your portfolio each month. The earlier you start, the more of a return you'll get a little bit later in life. Obviously, there's so many coins that you could be investing in. For example, the big players like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, or some of the more smaller coins or privacy coins like Monero. There's so much depth to the cryptocurrency discussion and to learn about it, so I'd really recommend checking my video on that if you want to get more in depth about it. The next one is investing in traveling, which is something which I've been doing for the past 2 or 3 years. Originally, that started by going to Austria and Innsbruck, and then I went to Salzburg and Vienna, and more recently in the past 1 or 2 months, I ended up going to Croatia, in Zadar and Zagreb, and then I went to Turkey in Istanbul. The reason why traveling is a pretty good investment is you do actually get a lot more from traveling than you might think on the surface. Now, if you want to learn more about these cities, I do have travel videos on Austria, which are guides which you can see on where to visit, basically like tourism city guides, and I do have some planned that I do want to make for Croatia and Turkey. This channel is business and also travel, so do make sure to check those out. I might even upload a few vlogs a little bit later too. But to stay on topic, we're going to talk about travel. So why should you invest in travel in your 20s? Well, apart from going to completely different places which offer new experiences, there's a lot of lesser known reasons why you could go traveling and why it would be beneficial as an investment. Because you may think on the surface level you're spending money on travel which could be saved and invested or put elsewhere, right? Well, when you travel, you get a lot of great experiences. Obviously, you're exploring different cultures and going to different places in the world. This could be good for many different reasons. For an example, it could show you where you want to live in the future. It could make you get out of your comfort zone and learn new experiences or become more independent, which is probably one of the biggest things which helped me. And also, you can learn languages. For an example, when I go to Austria, I started learning German, which can be quite beneficial. I'm not exactly very good at the language or completely adept at it just yet, but it can be pretty cool to learn different languages to help you talk to people in different countries. And also, you can meet different people, which can be beneficial for many different reasons. For an example, I met a few friends which I knew online for a long time. Like in Croatia, I met a friend, and that was a pretty beneficial conversation because we talked a lot about cryptocurrency, which really helped me in terms of my investments and the way that I think of crypto as a whole. So as you talk to more people and meet new people around the world, it can really help you in many different areas of your life. And also, you can go to completely new places which are not really like where you originally came from, or is a lot different to your original place that you reside in, for an example. The next thing is a laptop. Now, this is a good purchase to make in your 20s for a few different reasons, mainly if you want to start a business, and this kind of wraps up with the whole travel deal too. If you're interested in many different topics which I cover on this channel, for an example, if you find the whole digital nomad lifestyle quite attractive, traveling around the world, working from your computer, or starting some kind of web business, investing in a laptop is a really good place to start. A laptop is really good for any kind of online business, and it allows you for remote work in completely different countries or places, and it's completely portable, so you can always bring it with you when you're traveling, which makes it really useful. For an example, my computer is so much better than my laptop, but it's a logistics issue in terms of transferring it around. So if I want to record videos for my gaming channel, it's best for me to bring my laptop with me abroad, because then I can use that as a workstation to kind of set up portably and record everything. A laptop's really cool because it's really small and it just fits into your backpack, and you can take it with you absolutely anywhere. You could take it to school to study with, you could keep it at home, or you could take it on the plane with you, for an example. It's a really good piece of kit, which is a great investment, and for only a few $100s or a few thousand if you're buying a gaming laptop, eventually you are going to make back what you spent on it, and it's generally really good for many different uses. You could use it for day trading if that's what you're into, you could use it for keeping track of your stocks and shares portfolio, or investing in crypto on it, or storing your crypto in wallets on your laptop, for an example. There's so many purposes you could use it for in terms of making money. The next best purchase I'd recommend making is buying a Kindle and books on the Kindle, or just generally normal paperback books if you prefer those. Now, I've talked about in one of my other videos which was my productivity desk setup, which you can check link down below too, about why I think a Kindle is great and what I use it for, and also why I prefer it over physical books, which tend to take up a lot of room and space, which I really don't have. The reason I'd invest in a Kindle is because you can store many hundreds and thousands of books on this device, and many of them are usually very cheap. You can get them for cheap or for free, and you can find cheap sources online and buy them instantly also off Amazon's Kindle store. The Kindle allows you to have digital ebooks on a small device, which just like a laptop is extremely portable and you can take it anywhere with you. I always take my Kindle on me when I go on holiday or when I'm traveling, and it gives me literally no excuses to read, so it just means that I can read anywhere on the go and I have no excuses why I shouldn't be reading. It's really useful and I've read many books already on the Kindle and it's generally good. This is for mainly personal development reasons. I'd recommend the books which you invest in are self-development books, personal development books, and kind of those self-help terms of books which you see online a lot. I'd recommend investing in this genre of books because it generally helps you in your everyday life and helps you improve on things, whether it be social development purposes or just generally improving your life. I am going to release a video, probably the next video or one in the future, on the top 5 books that changed my life and a few books which I found really helpful to my personal development which I read over the past few years. The next best purchase which you should make is a good mattress. Now this isn't exactly going to make you any money in the long term, but I found it was probably one of the best things I actually chose to buy. Around a year ago I purchased a new mattress, or perhaps around 6 months ago I bought a new mattress online, and I think it cost me around £100, which is probably like $150. That's not really that expensive. For a mattress it might be, but in terms of just general money it's not really too expensive. And I don't actually have a bed frame at this purpose either, I just have the mattress on the floor, but it's extremely comfortable and it's allowed me to get a lot better sleep than I was previously having, because when we moved house originally I was buying air mattresses which were good for a short-term fix, but they were really uncomfortable and I didn't really tend to get much sleep on them. Now of course, just like everyone, I have a few nights where I don't really get great sleep or I wake up, but for the most part this mattress has made me have a huge improvement on my sleep, which has just had better quality in general. If you have better sleep, obviously it's better when you wake up and you can just generally be more productive. Better quality sleep is also conducive to just better health in general, so I think a good mattress is a great investment. And the last best purchase to make in your 20s is purchases linked to your health. So what do I mean by this, invest in your health? Well, invest in things which are great for your health in the long term, because obviously with good health comes great wealth. Without good health, the wealth doesn't really matter. So this could be a range of different things. Maybe buy a good diet book which would help you eat better or have a more sustainable lifestyle, or invest in a pair of weights. I currently don't have a set of weights, although I am just doing body weight exercises to maintain and kind of get by. But if you're just generally doing exercise each day in some kind of form, it can be really beneficial to your health. Also, investing in a weight set can be quite good to gain strength and muscle too, if that's something that you're interested in. You could also invest in a gym membership. I don't have a gym membership, I'm kind of one of those people that prefers to do everything at home. A lot of people can benefit from joining the gym because it gives them more motivation. Some people don't really have motivation to work out at home, or they find it that what they're doing is usually a distraction and it means they can't commit to it. A lot of people find higher success when they get a gym membership and kind of get inside that environment. For an example, in Croatia, I got a temporary membership when I went over there and I found out that the gym is pretty fun to do. Like I said, since I've done everything at home for around 10 years, I really wasn't too familiar with the whole gym experience because I've only been 4 or 5 times to actual gyms, so it was really fun to use all the machines. If you're not interested in that whole scene of things, you could also just walk for 30 minutes a day or have 1 hour of exercise every day or every 2 days, which can be really good for your long-term heart health. I usually walk every 1 or 2 days and I'll only walk for around 40 minutes, but it can be just generally beneficial and it can break up the monotony of the day, or if you're completely bored, it can give you something to do. I tend to walk a lot more when I'm on holiday or traveling, which can be really good for the health. And that concludes the top 8 best purchases to make in your 20s. This video was a little bit all over the place, but I try to include best purchases generally in terms of investment and return for money types of things, but also some great investments just for personal development and not really related to money, but generally that improve your life and probably will help you make more money in the long term. To check out some of the videos which I referenced in some of these points, do check out the links in the description below. Make sure to like the video for more money tips and travel information and subscribe. Thanks for watching.